Vivek Yadav. Oh, you beauty. A brilliant, brilliant catch to get rid of the left-handed Kozi. Let's have a look at this again. Completely flat, parallel to the ground. A wonderful flying catch by Vivek Yadav. Dismisses Kruger. 49 for 2 for Namibia.
So get a new left-handed batsman coming in. Trial it's the new man in.
And Rohit Paudil's wicket-taking luck still there. As we mentioned, that was not the kind of delivery he would have wanted to get his first wicket. It was almost a half-tracker. But Kruger feeling to connect it. And get the distance as well, but credit to this wonderful catch. An absolutely stunning catch this from Vivek Yadav. More than compensating for that initial drop catch. It stopped only a single.
You just look at the run that he made from the deep square leg towards the deep mid wicket, getting off to that catch. Well, you could just see that catch, a breathtaking catch, Sachin, to be honest. That would be remembered for years and years. A beautiful delivery, beautiful catch. Well, he compensated for the dropped catch.
He did it in style. Easily played down the ground. Now some bit of rebuilding needed here for Namibia. 51 for 2. 52 for 2 now. Going just under 6 and over. I think they'll be looking at a target of somewhere around 160 for Nepal. Innovated this. Attempt of a scoop. The connection not there, and 9 overs have been bowled. Namibia are 53 for 2.
Well, another change in bowling. Kushal Malla brought into the attack, placing Avinash Bora from the TU end. Well, Sachin, is this a cricket field or a science lab? Too much of experiment going on here.
Why not? Because Rohit Paudil has options in plenty. He has 9 bowlers to play around with. Apart from Sandeep Zora and the keeper, Asif Sheikh, everybody pretty capable of rolling their arms. That's an added bonus for the captain. Sometimes a disadvantage as well, because it makes the bowler rotation policy so much more difficult. So the new man in, he'll have to face the music. Plenty of left-hand batters in the Namibian squad, making Rohit Paudil think. A wide delivery. Kushal Malla, he likes bowling those deliveries slow. He likes giving it plenty of air. And sometimes the batters miscalculate the speed of the delivery and they play the shot far too often, and that's when Kushal Malla can pick up wickets. Swept. Timing was good, but straight to the fielder, only a single this time.
Some revealing going on for the Namibian side. Fryling coming off after a good T20 tournament. That was the World Cup African region qualifiers. 45 not out against Rwanda and then 57 not out against Kenya. Had a good run in that African qualifiers. Experienced player. You can see Rohit Kumar Poril focusing on those matchups. He's just got a new man in, trying to bring left arm spinner from one end against that right-handed batsman, and from other end off spinner to the left-handed batsman.
They've used this shot really well in the ODIs as well, Namibia. They love sweeping the ball hard to his onside. They've also used the reverse hit pretty well. 58 for 2 Namibia. They must be looking at a score of 160. That's what we believe. They won the toss and decided to bat. First comes down the track. Great thinking this from Kushal Malla. He saw the batter coming towards him, Kruger. Deliberately pitched it short. That's exactly how Dipender Singh ID was dismissed against Netherlands. After coming down the track, the bowler being smarter between the two and bowling it short. As I said, he's a thinking bowler, Kushal Malla. He won't allow the batters to get on top pretty easily. But despite no boundary conceded, 7 runs came off the first over of Kushal Malla. And after 10, 60 for 2, Namibia. So we've come back after the DHI strategic timeout. 60 for 2, Namibia going exactly at 6 and over after deciding to bat first. Who joins me in the commentary box is my fellow commentator Kiran Patrai. Kiran, welcome to the comm box.
Thank you. So after I left, the luck has struck Nepal's way, gone 2 wickets. I'm still yet to get over that catch from Vivek Yadav. What a stunner, what a blinder he took. Compensated that drop catch that he committed earlier.
Compensated is an understatement, Kiran. That's a catch people will remember for a long, long time. He was completely flat, parallel to the ground. That's a brilliant change of pace by Rohit Paudel. Deceived Kruger completely.
Normally he loves bowling those off spinners, but this was the googly going the other way around, deceiving the batter. So he's making the batter thinking at the moment is Rohit Paudel.
He's been a much more useful bowler for his team. It's always a great sign when you see a leader taking the responsibility, coming in with the ball himself and taking that responsibility and taking wicket as well. Although this time I think the credit has to be given to Vivek Yadav. Oh, beautiful delivery. Has he bowled him? Oh yes. For a moment I thought Asif Sheikh had left the ball and missed the stumping chance. But how did this get through?
A perfect off spinner, fist on that middle and off stump, just a bit of movement. Let's have a look at that. Just missed it by a whisker, crashed it to the stumps. What a pleasant sign for Rohit Paudel, Nepal and all the fans. The third wicket for Namibia perishes here.
By no means, Rohit Paudel is now just a part-timer. That was a fantastic classical off-spinner's delivery. Completely deceived the batter. Let's have a look at this again in the replay. He could not disturb the run scoring much, 5 of 7 the batter, but we'll have to look at the replay. .62 for 3 now. Lofty Eaton has come at the center. After that, ball of the year, I want to call that. Beautiful delivery. That has surprised everybody because the ball pitched right on the line of middle stump. Then it turned perfectly enough, only to disturb the off stick, and that was just by a whisker.
Absolutely, it's like kissing the outside edge of the stump. Beautiful delivery. Let's have a look at that. The batter had got no idea. Frelink was taken by surprise with the exact amount of turn that particular delivery got. Take a bow, Rohit Paudel. Amazing delivery.
Played uppishly straight down to the fielder. Will be a single. I'm sure Rohit Paudel will go to the hotel room and watch this in the highlights at least 100 times.
Not just him, if Muthaiya Muralitharan will be watching these sort of off spinners, he will be proud of. Oh, that took everyone by surprise, Sachin. We were mistaken, missed off the glove, came back, hit the stumps. Well, that's the irony of cricket for the batter, right? You never expect to be dismissed on that occasion, on that particular style. Let's have a look at that.
Thanks to this angle that we got to know that this was stumping. Oh, Asif Sheikh really lucky here. Asif Sheikh tremendously fortuitous here. 66 for 3 after 11.
Two off.
So 3 down for 66 now Namibia. From that streeter angle, we thought that it was bowled. He was out bowled. But later, the other angle, we got to see that it was in fact a stumping, and the stumping did not come off the gloves. It came off the pads of Asif Sheikh.
Not the most convincing way of stomping a batter, but nevertheless, an amazing delivery. A delivery that a bowler would be proud of himself. And we are also indeed proud of such deliveries, no matter who bowls it. On this occasion, it was the captain Paudel. Gulshan Jha coming back into the attack from TU end.
Well, this has been smashed for a 6. Was a nothing delivery really by Gulshan Jha. The very first delivery is bowled, and all Lofty had to do was get some bat onto it and the ball has gone flat and crashed the advertising hoardings.
As soon as the ball left his hand, it was written trouble in there, and a perfect execution from the left-hander Lofty Eaton. He's not going to miss those occasions. So the pressure, when the pressure is being applied from other end, Sachin, it becomes very vital that the fresh coming bowler has to go with that flow, continue the momentum.
Much better this time. Nicole Lofty Eaton is looking to attack Gulshan Jha, and Gulshan Jha has had an issue with his consistency at times. He is a very handy all-rounder, pretty capable with the ball as well. Sometimes tends to ball a little too short, because of which he can go for runs as well. And the first delivery, as I said, was a nothing delivery really, and that actually exerted pressure off the Namibian batting unit, because they were struggling after that third wicket had fallen.
And all those 3 wickets have fallen from another end. Kruger is watching the drama unfolding from one side. A beautiful shot, just gave himself room. The weight was shifted into the back foot, beautifully executed towards the leg side. So Eaton has cleared his intentions. He will be going for those big shots.
I think that's the right way to go as well, because they have 8.3 overs to go now in Namibia, and they'll have to get somewhere close to 160, 170, I think, to put pressure on this Nepali side. This tournament is very instrumental in both the teams preparing themselves for that T20 World Cup in the United States and the Caribbean. Nepal qualified for that World Cup in late 2023, and they'll be playing against Netherlands on 4th of June, against Sri Lanka on 9th in Florida, and 2 matches in the Caribbean in St. Vincent and the Grenadines in 14 and 16 against Bangladesh and South Africa respectively.
So the big days for cricket in Nepal is coming forward. The whole country will be cheering for the nation in that international arena, and this tournament is a perfect setup heading towards that World Cup for Nepal.
Can't agree more, can't agree more. Gulshan Jha is not minding to throw his bat at everything that Gulshan Jha has bowled in this over, and a boundary to his name. Pin drop silence in the crowd.
I told you Lofty Eaton has made his intentions clear. That was a slower delivery, just crashed it off the front foot towards offside. A pleasant sight for us to watch that batter, you know, batting with that straight bat. A great shot indeed.
And the intent, Kiran, the intent is really clear. Lofty Eaton is looking to go after the ball, especially Gulshan Jha, who's not looked really good with the ball today. Oh, he's experimenting with this now. Oh, what shot was this? Forget it, the ball has gone all the way.
So at the moment, Lofty Eaton is getting better of Gulshan Jha. Look at that disguised shot. Just placed it towards that fine leg region, no protection. Even the fielder would have watched it. That sails miles over the ropes for another 6. So after 12, Namibia are 84 for 3, cruising smoothly.
Now Kruger joins in the action and goes all the way. 2 consecutive 6s for Namibia. It was Lofty Eaton in the last delivery of the previous over, and the very first ball of Rohit Paudel has been dispatched again. Namibia slowly gaining the momentum back.
They are indeed, and they are doing it in style. Gulshan Jha was hammered in the last over. Kruger continuing from where Lofty Eaton left. That shot on the very first delivery will surely put so many questions in Rohit Paudel's head. It was given on his arc this time around, shot up lane delivery, asking for trouble, and Kruger said thank you very much. That ball went miles up in the air, crossed the boundary line easily for another 6. Back-to-back sixes, Sachin. Rohit under pressure.
Completely under pressure, but this was far too easy of a delivery to not be smashed onto the stands. I mean, the ball just sat up and said, hit me. And Kruger did it in style. He dispatched the ball out of the ground. Now 3 sixes, 3 consecutive sixes for Namibia. Shot again, pulled again. This time, fortunately for Rohit Paudil, the ball goes straight to Sandeep Zora. I'm not sure if this is the right length to ball to these batters at this point of time, because Nepal are exerting the pressure and Namibia taking full use of it. This was the first 6 of Rohit Paudil's current over. Massive. Had height, had distance. Back live now.
2 big sixes to start his final over. He was bowling really well. He was cramping the batter in his previous over, but this time around he was much fuller. Given the ball in the arc of the batter, especially Kruger, and he's not going to miss on those occasions. Reverse sweep attended on this occasion. In between 2 fielders, ball racing towards the boundary. 100 off for Namibia in no time, I must say, because they were struggling for a run after those regular fall of the wicket. Now they are sitting beautifully and comfortably out there. So your 160 is right on the money, Sachin.
Agree, Kiran, and these 2 overs, 3 sixes, 1 boundary. Down the ground for a single now. Will take this strike, Lofty Eaton. And Namibia, they are completely on the roll now. After 13, 102 for 3. So 2 expensive overs. Gulshan Shah conceded 2 sixes, Rohit Paudil conceded 2 sixes and a boundary. So 20, 30 runs coming off the last 2 overs, and Namibia now slowly gaining this momentum, and they're looking forward to a score of somewhere around 160 to 170. If they can get up to 180, I think Namibia will have a really difficult score for Nepal to chase. And Avinash Bora, I think, is rightly brought back by Captain Paudil. But Avinash now has this challenge of getting it right, staying consistent, because if he is not consistent, he does not have that pace and he can go for runs. He's toying with Nepali bowlers, Nicole Lofty Eaton. This time doesn't connect it.
10 of 23 already.
So our delivery partner, Food Mandu, the ace food delivery service in Kathmandu and in Nepal, delivering food to us.
It's been a nature, like if you're hungry, just call Food Mandu. In between, Lofty Eaton is looking really dangerous. Already has gone for 25 runs of just 11 deliveries. Batting, he has made batting look really easy in this pitch. Lot of disguised shots, as you can see. Food Mandu delivering the food for us. Well, we'll be craving to finish this innings and rush towards the food delivered by none other than Food Mandu.
Chopped it on, but luckily for Lofty Eaton, the ball did not carry on to the stumps. Avinash Bora, can he tighten the groove? Namibia 105 for 3. Now they're looking to take a go from here. And this innings from Milan Kruger, 37 of 34 deliveries. He's had the pressure of not losing the wicket and yet getting those singles and doubles and those odd boundaries, and he's been tremendously successful in doing so. Whereas Nicole Lofty Eaton, he's already played a cameo, 25 of 12. Short, pulled for a boundary. With that pace, short delivery, I'm afraid might not be a good option here.
Absolutely not, and especially when that short delivery is not angling towards the batter. It was just climbing up, just connected, ball raced towards the boundary. As you can see in the replay, that ball with that pace has to be angling towards the batsman so that it will cramp him for room. That is easy pickings for Kruger because he's settled down and he's playing his shots with each.
This time an easy single. They wanted to come back. Just realized that Sandeep Zora is too good a fielder to risk that run against. And Avinash Bora is giving away 8 runs already. Now, what's the score do you think Namibia will be looking at this point at this point of time, Kiran? Because they're 110 for 3. They still have 37 deliveries to go, and 12 and over is not a difficult ask, I think, especially the way Nicole Lofty-Eaton is batting.
Absolutely, both these batters are set, so they will be aiming for somewhere around 180 to 200. In the meantime, overpace delivery, asking for trouble. Lofty-Eaton said, "Thank you so much, mate." Smashed it straight down the head of the bowler for another 6.
So that 6 has brought up 50 partnership between these two. And how many deliveries have they consumed? Only 20. What a partnership this is already for Namibia. Lofty-Eaton, he has changed the momentum of the game completely, and this stuck the side screen straight. As I said, when Avinash Bora bowls, he has to be really very consistent because of the lack of pace. And after 14, 116 for 3 at Namibia.
So Dipendra Singh Airi is brought back into the attack. 2 overs, conceded just 3 runs, and that's what Nepal is needing at the moment. Absolutely beautiful, stunning delivery. That was blocked, the ball in the block hall in reason.
He's looking at the umpire. How is that not out, umpire? Probably there was some bat involved there, or else there's no way this couldn't have been given out. Oh, I think that crashed onto the shoes directly. Was there some bit of bat involved? Dipendra Singh Airi doesn't think that. Lucky skip, you'll have to say for Malan Kruger here.
Absolutely, that ball was something. Step down the wicket, clear that infield ball, race towards the boundary for another 4. So the story is continuing the same for Nepal. They are leaking runs, and they are leaking runs in every over. None of the bowlers in last 4 overs had been able to contend these batters, especially Lofty-Eaton.
He's now 35 or 14 already. Then the confidence he displayed right from the start. He was not bothered by the pressure put in by the Nepali bowlers at all. Gulshan helped him with a loose delivery. Initially, the first 6 was off a very poor delivery, but since then he has been able to innovate. He's a thinking cricketer, he's a thinking batter. He's come down the track against the spinner as well and treated the fast bowlers with very, very harsh treatment. Dipendra Singh Airi will be bowling to Malan Kruger. I'm sure he'll be looking to go towards the onside.
Well, Sachin, he decided the other way around, placed it with soft hands just for an easy single, because even Kruger knows how aggressive is Lofty-Eaton, and especially in this innings particularly, that this guy saw the improvised shots, his regular shot that he has under his belt, playing straight down the wicket and stuff. Why not? There you go again. The ball's flying, going, gone all the way for a massive 6. Another 6. So he's rushing towards that 50 in no time.
42 of 16, he's going very, very aggressively. Now he's changed the course of the game completely here for Namibia, because they were struggling with run a ball at one point of time, and since Lofty-Eaton has arrived at the crease, he is going after Nepali bowlers no matter who it is. against the pacers, against the spinners, and it's not just brutality, delicate touches as well. It just opens the pace of the delivery. That quicker one from Dipender Singh ID, and another expensive over given by a Nepali bowler. 17 runs comes off the third over of Dipender Singh ID, and this was guided with perfection. There was plenty of pace to work with, and Avinash Bora had no chance cutting it off. So that's the end of the 15th over. 1-3-3 for 3 Namibia. Going really great. Well, then now Sompal Kami has been brought into the attack, and that partnership, this unbeaten partnership between Kruger and Lofty Eaton, taking the match away from Nepal's hand. Still in the first innings, but you can sense the momentum now with Namibia. Well, delivery onto the pads, easily flicked. They'll come back for the second run. Lofty Eaton. What an innings this is already from the left-hander. And with me in the comm box now is Ayush. A very good afternoon, Ayush.
A very good afternoon, Sachin. It's turning out to be a very good afternoon for the Namibian side, the way Kruger and Lofty Eaton are going at the moment. What a debut it has been for Malan Kruger, Sachin.
Now both the batters batting at 46. Ayush, only the difference is the delivery space. 39 by Kruger, 17 by Lofty Eaton. He is rushing on towards a very, very fast 50. 73 of only 27 balls, the partnership. Full toss. Lucky this time, Sompal Kami, the ball did not find the fence. Sometimes you talk about the small patches in T20 cricket, Ayush, and the importance of those little patches. Only 27 balls ago, Namibia were struggling. They lost 3 wickets at 66. They do not have a great run rate as well, but since the left-hander Nicole Lofty Eaton has come in, I think, and we've all seen the script looks completely different now.
Well, absolutely, Sachin. 67 runs in the last 4 overs. That's a very, very good cameo from both the batsmen. The 15th over went for 17 runs, 14 over for 14.
One hit away from his 50, and he gets to his 50 in style. He is not hesitant at all to play every shot in his book. Nicole Lofty Eaton, what a wonderful 50 this has been, only of 18 deliveries. The left-handed batter for Namibia has changed the momentum of the game completely. Nepali bowlers having no answer to his stroke making. Some of his shots straight out of Surya Kumar Yadav's book. And he has connected to everything that he has thrown his bat at. And Sompal Kami will be under pressure. Oh, this is gone miles. It's almost a sweep short of Sompal Kami. He is in tremendous form. Let's have a look at this. It is full, premeditated, you can say, and over the mid-wicket reason for a huge hit. This is tremendous display of batsmanship already by Lofty Eaton.
What an innings Lofty Eaton is playing at the moment. They needed to rebuild the innings. Malan Kruger was there in the crease. Lofty Eaton joins him, and look at that.
5 towering sixes and 5 boundaries. That's the bowling card for you. 18 off the very first over of Gulshan Jha, and that over actually changed the course of the innings, because that's when Lofty Eaton came in and Gulshan was hammered for 2 massive sixes. And then Dipender Singh ID also went for plenty. So did Captain Rohit Paudel with 2 massive sixes off his over. And Sombal Kami has already been greeted with a boundary and a 6. 13 runs already of the four deliveries bowled by Sombal Kami in his third over. Lofty Eden, what does he do now? Slaps it past the bowler, and even this will go to the boundary. For a moment I thought the timing was not good enough, but that's the kind of form Lofty Eden is in, and that's the 6th boundary of his innings.
That ball nearly took the umpire away. Look at the force, look at that back foot punch. Brilliant placement there by Lofty Eden. He's enjoying his stay here in Nepal, had a good run in the League 2 as well. Continuing his form in the first T20 against Nepal.
Now the final delivery, what do we have here? What do we have here? Good comeback this by Sombal Kami, but he's also conceded 17 runs and 150 for 3 after 16, Namibia. Now 24 deliveries to go, and this partnership making the difference in this innings. Lofty Eden and Malan Kruger. Karan Kisi is only considered 16. The reason I say he's only considered is because all the other bowlers have started going for plenty. In fact, the last 5 overs have produced almost 84 deliveries, 84 runs. 84 runs scored by Namibia in the last 30 deliveries. That shows how much one small cameo or one innings can matter in this format of the game, the T20 format. Karan Kisi, very well disguised delivery.
You need to have variations at the death over in T20 cricket. And absolutely, Sachin, as you were talking about, the last 5 overs went for 84 runs. At the end of 11 overs, Namibia were just 66 for 3. Then after that, Lofty Eden and Malan Kruger taking the game away from Nepal.
Now, at one point of time, I was speculating a score of 160 to 170, Ayush. Now they're looking for a score of somewhere around 200, and that's completely possible the way Lofty Eden and Malan Kruger are going at this point of time. We mentioned 84 runs being scored of the last 32 deliveries. And Karan Kisi has only given away a single in the first 2 deliveries he's bowled. But this will be a contest now. Lofty Eden versus Karan Kisi. He's looking to innovate. He's not minding the reverse hits, paddle sweeps as well, or dill scoops. Played an unbelievable reverse scoop against Gulshan Jha in the very first over he faced.
Karan Kisi, the previous 2 balls, we saw some variations being bowled. You could just see Karan Kisi holding that cross seam delivery.
This is what he has been so successful at. If the bowler just thinks I've bowled a really good delivery, he maneuvers shots out of nowhere and is placing the balls beautifully through the gaps. Karan Kisi, this was in fact a good delivery. It was a wide yorker. But that's the kind of form Lofty Eden is at this point of time, and he has Midas's touch. Karan Kisi not happy with the fielder, but you'll have to give it to the genius of Lofty Eden. Now confusion for the captain, confusion for the bowler. What do? I bowl anything short, he pulls me for a 6. I bowl anything full, he smacks me for a 6. And if I bowl a yorker, he just guides me down to the 3rd man for a boundary. What do, captain? Oh, this is fortuitous, but the ball will carry on to the boundary again. Not at all where Eaton intended the ball to go, but another boundary nevertheless. A run fest, absolute run fest here for the Namibian side. He just threw his bat, the fielder at the third, up in the circle, and Sandeep Zora had no chance whatsoever.
Well, now the planning going on for Nepal. What an innings Lofty Eaton is playing at the moment. 68 out of 23 deliveries. And a brilliant presence of mind there by Lofty Eaton as well. In the previous ball, the first boundary that was scored in this over, the fielder was inside the 30-yard circle. He just guided the ball. After that, the fielder was placed a bit wide, deep near the 33rd man reason. But just using that placement, Lofty Eaton is playing according to the field set. The strength has been his bottom hand coming into play. Not just bottom hand, but the placement and the timing that he's been playing at the moment. Look at that current partnership, Sachin. 97 runs of just 36 deliveries.
Eaton is not just brutal hitting, it's playing those innovative shots, it's playing those, it's toying with the Nepali bowlers really. And this becomes further more difficult for Karan Casey because, as I said, he bowled two good deliveries and both went for boundaries. Then he was forced to drag his length back. That was not a very good delivery, but you can understand the perspective of Karan Casey as well, and Lofty Eaton, that is exactly what he planned. Staying deep inside his crease, will take the single and take the strike for the next over. Another expensive over again. 16 runs off Karan Casey's third over, 166 for 3, Namibia. .166 for 3 now, and Namibia have scored 100 runs in the last 6 overs. Thanks to this unbelievable inning from Lofty Eaton, the left-hander. 75 runs of only 25 deliveries. He's toying with the Nepali field placement and the bowler's mindset too. Avinash Bora was also expensive in this previous over, but now Rohit Paudel, despite having 9 options in his bowling department, is left short of options. That has been the kind of innings this from Lofty Eaton. And Malan Kruger, he's anchored the innings 48 to 42. You cannot discredit this innings as well. This has been a fantastic partnership. Now how will he approach this? Oh, what a shot again. What a brilliant shot, and his timing is seeing the ball like a football now. The reverse hit, he exactly knows where the fielders are. And he just made sure that ball is away from the fielder there, Kulchan Jha. And another boundary for Lofty Eaton. Now moves on to 79 of 26. He has an opportunity to get to that magical triple figures now.
Well, we are seeing an unorthodox genius from Lofty Eaton at the moment. Once again, just trying to make that room for himself. A wide delivery. Just shuffling around that stump, making it hard for the bowler to predict it.
It's a wide now, it's a wide, nothing going for Nepali bowlers. Rightly called so. I don't think the ball brushed off the pads and it had to be called a wide. Avinash Bora could not believe it, but this is not helping Nepal's cause at all. A boundary, a wide. An additional delivery, he'll have to bowl Avinash Bora and bowl against. Oh, this is unbelievable batting. This is unbelievable batting. Avinash Bora bowling those low. And what Lofty Eaton does is perfection. He gets the middle of the bat and he's getting those boundaries at will now. Oh, what an innings already.
What a day Lofty Eaton is having at the moment. Scored his first T20 international half century today. This is his highest score in T20.
Tension now running across the Nepali lineup. The think tank coming in. Rohit Paudel running to the bowler and having a talk. But Avinash Bora again, like Karan Kessi, is now forced to pull his length back, which he does. This is thinking at its best, because two deliveries, very full. Lofty Eaton paddled it towards the third man area for a boundary, for boundaries. He was forced to pull his length back. He anticipated it to perfection, and this was over the mid-wicket fence for a six. Lofty Eaton is playing one of the most intelligent innings I've seen in my life.
Look at that bottom hand coming into play. He's just dominating each and every bowler. Rohit Kumar Paudel, some concerns for the captain regarding the change in bowling lineup, because Sachin is going after each and every bowler, as we are talking about at the end of 11th over. Namibia were just 66 for 3. 100 runs in 6 overs, and look at this over.
Appeal, but I think the ball would have gone down the line of leg stump. It's now 89 of 29 deliveries. This is a leg by, of course. Unbelievable batting this. Would you believe it? Namibia were 66 for 3 at the end of the 12th over. And the way they've attacked the Nepali bowlers, they made the job far too difficult for Rohit Paudel.
One thing that has surprised me, Sachin, in the death overs is that we have not seen those variations being bowled in. Avinash Bora has got those variation, off-cutters, leg cutters, slower deliveries. You talk about Sompal Kami or Karan Kessi, they're not going for those variations.
Because they've been put under a lot of pressure by Lofty Eaton, because the way his batting is standing deep in the crease. He's expecting the bowler to bowl full at him, and he's throwing with the bowlers there and forcing the bowlers to change their length and drag it a bit back. And if the ball is short, he can slap it straight in front as well. He can play the pull shots, and if the ball is full anyway in the full length area, he's going to smash it towards the mid-wicket region. So this has been the kind of approach that Lofty Eaton has taken, and has been mighty successful. This was a perfect yorker. They still steal a single off it. 17 runs, in fact 18 runs, comes off the 18th over, and Namibia 184 for 3, now well and truly looking for that score of 200. So the partnership, 122 runs of 44 balls, 90 of 30 for Lofty Eaton, and Malan Kruger 27 of 14. The senior partner has made to be quiet by Lofty Eaton, who came in, surprisingly attacked all the Nepali bowlers. Dipendra Singh Aidi gave away only 3 runs in the first 2 overs he's bowled, and the third went. Oh, this is gone again. Inside out. Wonderful hitting with the turn. And Lofty Eaton moves on to 96 now. This has been an unbelievably brutal hitting. Series of unbelievably brutal hitting this by Lofty Eaton. He's dictated the terms. He's made the bowlers bowl to his plan. His feet movement there. And just went through the line this time with the turn as well. And Dipendra Singh Aidi has been put into a lot of pressure because he has conceded a 6 of the very first delivery.
Well, Lofty Eaton moving on to score the fastest T20 100. Well, the Kushal Malla's record seems to be in trouble, Sachin, at the moment.
Well then, 96 of 31. 96 of 31. The idea was right. wanted to sweep it fine for a boundary and get to his 100. Now, there is a record in threat now. Kushal Malla has scored the fastest T20I 134 deliveries. That was against Mongolia in the Asian Games. This is played very fine, and that's a new world record for you. Lofty Eden has demolished the Nepali bowling lineup for the fastest T20I 100 ever. He's broken the record of Kushal Malla. The Nepali left-hander and the Namibian left-hander has surpassed his record. He's broken the record. 133 deliveries. This has been wonderful display of power hitting, thinking, batting as well. And Lofty Eden, take a bow.
Absolutely, this has been a brutal hitting. The fastest T20I 100 for Lofty Eden, and what a way to bring it. The maiden century for him as well. Scored his maiden half century today. Getting on to that feat. Look at that celebration from Lofty Eden.
Massive appeal, umpire not interested at all. And the crowd, despite favouring Nepal, supporting Nepal, will definitely remember this inning for a long, long time. Dipender Singh Hardy is still appealing. This inning deserves all kind of respect because it was not only brutal hitting there. He in fact dictated the terms. He made the bowlers bowl to his area. Switch hits, reverse hits. Feature of his inning was his anticipation of the length. He was, in fact, trying to go towards the onside, but eventually third otherwise. And Malan Kruger now is batting at 49 or 43. He's been the anchor of this innings, you can say. Leaves it fine, and that will be 50. Malan Kruger now 50 or 44. Very well batted. All he had to do in this partnership was give the strike, but this inning cannot be underestimated at all. 12 runs off this over at Dipender Singh Hardy. .134 runs now, the partnership of only 50 balls. So 196 for 3 now. We're talking about 160 at one point of time. Now 200. Only 4 runs away. Can Namibia get to that score of 215 maybe? Because the way they've batted in the last 7 overs, it's been nothing short of unbelievable. Avinash Bora, despite conceding 13 and over, 39 of his first 3 overs, I don't think Rohit Paudel has any choice. He's in fact walking. But the umpire gave not out. The batter was already walking. He believed he was gone. But came back after the umpire was convinced that he was not out. Could have made his way back as well, Lofty Eden. Not to be, and the first ball has only been driven down for a single. So 5 balls for Avinash Bora to defend himself. He has already conceded 40 runs, 197 the score.
And this has been a good batting, a supportive innings from Malan Kruger as well, the debutant, getting off to his maiden half century. And good thinking out there as well, just getting the strike off from the first ball.
Straight to the fielder here. This time an easy catch taken, and Lofty Eden has finally been dismissed off his favorite shot. How many times did he clear that fielder at the third area? But this time he has hit it straight into the hands Kulchan it was who took that easy catch, and Avinash Bora takes a wicket, but not before Lofty Eaton has played probably the innings of his life. He's broken the world record of the fastest T20 I-50. He'll be a very proud man walking back. The crowd will stand for him. His dressing room will stand for him. What a wonderful innings. 101 of 36 deliveries, 100 of only 33, as I said. The fastest T20I 100 ever. And Deepinder Singh already claps as well. Take a bow, Lofty Eaton.
Well, absolutely. Lofty Eaton had just etched his name into the record books with a stunning display of power hitting. The fastest T20I international. Century in his name. What a innings it has been, Sachin.
So J.J. Smith, the makeshift captain, has come at the center. All he has to do is throw his bat at everything that's bowled to him. And Avinash Bora, he's picked up his first wicket in the final over of his bowling. Down the ground, brilliant length this time by Avinash Bora. It was a yorker. And J.J. Smith has given the strike back to Malan Kruger.
Well, now this is the third highest T20I score for Namibia at the moment. They have scored 198 against Zimbabwe in 2023, now equaling 198 against Nepal. Their highest T20I score is 240 against Botswana. I guess they would not make it to that, but they could just break the record of the second highest score, that is 207.
Hammered, hit very hard, directed. Would have made the batter to walk back. Even if the bowler would have collected it, I think the batter was gone. I think it was Malan Kruger. Was fairly short. He's got to his 50 as well. There was so much of talk about Lofty Eaton's innings. We've forgotten the importance of this innings from Kruger.
Need to give credit the way Avinash Bora has been bowling.
Oh, every one of them is playing this shot so very well. This is tremendous, and 200 comes out for Namibia. 204 is their score at one point of time. We're all thinking 160 to 170 is what Namibia could manage, but those 7 overs in which they got to a score of, they in fact collected more than 110 runs in those 7 overs, making the complete difference. Now the momentum completely with them. 202 for 4 on this track. 202 would have been a winning total in the League 2 ODIs, Ayush.
Well, absolutely. The team would be struggling in the first innings, but what a way to get to a 200.
So final delivery, a brilliant Yorker, but how well had he adjusted this as well, and the ball will carry all the way to the boundary. This was some shot. How did Kruger manage this ball and squeeze it to the boundary? This has been the kind of day for the Namibian batters, especially in the second half of this innings. They had the Midas's touch. Everything that, every ball that they threw their bat on went on to go to the boundary, and this time he flicked this, almost helicoptered this Yorker for a boundary in between his legs. This is again a very interesting shot and takes the score to 206. This is a massive, massive total Namibia have posted now, and Nepal will have to chase this. If they want to win this match, they'll have to score 207 to win this match, which is not going to be easy because Namibian team also has a very strong bowling unit. They're having a look at that trophy again because that's what they're playing for in this series, and Nepali bowlers, they must be wondering, where did we go wrong? Because at one point of time, at the end of 11 overs, Namibia were 66 for 3. And Nepal did have that opening too, but since then it was a storm in Kathmandu. The storm called Lofty Eaton that took over and made Nepal to suffer. And eventually the score from 66 for 3 at the end of 11 overs in the last 9 overs, Namibia scored exactly 140 runs. That's how much they scored in the last 9 overs. So this is a great batting display from the Namibian batters, and they put themselves in a position which is much more than comfortable.
Well, the third highest T20I score for Namibia.
Now, there were plenty of boundaries scored by the Namibian side, especially in the second half of the innings. And let's have a look at those dish home 500 boundaries. That was how things proceeded. Lucky in the first couple of occasions. And then some really good looking shot towards the offside as well. He found the gap with perfection. And the Namibian side had a slow start, especially in this format of the game, but since Lofty Eden's presence in the ground, the story was something else. He was toying around with the Nepali bowlers. He came down the track as well. Did those slices too. Made sure the Yorkers were placed correctly to run them towards the boundary. Some brutal hitting as well. And Karan Casey was smacked for 2 boundaries in the same manner behind the wicket. And now Avinash Bora, his lower full tosses were sent to the boundary quite easily by Lofty Eden. He completed his 100 in only 33 deliveries, and that is how they ended their innings. In fact, this is how they ended their innings. This was the last of this home 500 fours. Through his legs for a boundary. So we have plenty of Red Bull energizing sixes as well. Let's have a look at them. Karan Casey was hammered towards the onside with this massive, not massive, it was 6 just, but that was a really good shot. And mid-wicket area was really favored by the Namibian batters. This was the most scintillating shot by Lofty Eden against Gulshan Jha in his very first over, and the ball went all the way to Rohit Paudel, who was really economical till this point of time, was swept for a 6 over mid-wicket again. Partnership that took over, some loose deliveries as well, like that one. That was a complete